Hi and welcome into Rebecca K Crochet. I am Becky, your yarn host, and today what we are going to do is make a corner to corner washcloth. And the yarn I'm using just pretty much had a yarn puke and it all came apart. The outside came off and then the inside, and it was just a mess. But it's peaches and cream and it was brand new. I just got it. It's a 4mm or 4-weight yarn, which it's a light 4-weight, and it calls for a 5mm hook. This color is Sunshine, and it has 120 yards or 109 ounces or meters. Sorry. And so how we're going to do this is a Susan Bates, and it's a 5mm. We're going to see if this works. I may have to go up to a 5.5. I don't know. So how you start your corner to corner is you always start with a slip knot on your hook. You're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3. I put my finger on this third one. 4, 5, 6. Then I don't have to count 4 back from my hook. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go in that 4th chain with a double crochet. But because I put my finger there, I don't have to count that. And then we are going to double crochet in the next one. And we are going to double crochet in the next one. And this is what you have so far. You have a chain 3, double crochet, double crochet, double crochet. Then what you do is you chain 6 again. 1, 2, 3. Put your finger there. 4, 5, 6. Then you yarn over. Go right back into that where you put your fingers into that loop, that stitch. Double crochet. 1, 2, 3. And this is what you have, and it looks really strange, I know. But what you're going to do now, this is what it looks like. You're going to flip this up to where your chain 3 space right here is even with the stitch that you're using. And you're going to slip stitch underneath that chain 3 space right there to connect them. Then you're going to chain 3, and you're going to do a double crochet 3 times in that space. Then you're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3. Put your finger there. 4, 5, 6, and we repeat. We do our double crochet, another double crochet in the next stitch. Whoops. And a double crochet. If I can get it through there, my yarn is really splitty. Another double crochet in the next stitch right there. And you turn your work up, however you want to do it, and you get to that chain 3 right there. You chain 3, and you do 3 double crochets back in that chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3. Then you move over to this chain 3 space right here, and you slip stitch into that chain 3 space, chain 3, and then you go again with your 3 double crochets. And what that chain 3 is doing is creating a stitch that you can crochet into. So that's what it looks like right now. This is how it's looking. This is actually called the blanket, corner to corner blanket stitch. Then you chain 3, 6, chain 6 because we're on the end and we're going up. Put your finger on the 3, 4, 5, 6, and you go back into that stitch right there with a double crochet. Then you double crochet in the next one. Double crochet in the next one. Then you go into this chain 3 space with a slip stitch. Chain 3, double crochet, double crochet, and double crochet. Chain, whoops, attached to that chain 3 spot. Chain 3, double crochet 3 times into this stitch, split right there. 1, 2, 3. Then you attach right here with a slip stitch. You chain 3. You go back in. Do your 3 double crochets. And because we're on the end, we chain 6. 1, 2, 3. Grab that loop. 4, 5, 6. Double crochet back into that 3rd or 4th chain from our hook. And the next 3, next 2. You're always going to flip this. This work is down like this normally. And you're always, I flip it up as I'm chaining, but you're always going to flip it up to make it even with this stitch. So you're always turning it on the ends. Chain 3, 3 double crochets into that stitch. Move over here to this stitch, slip stitch it together, 3 chain stitches, and then 3 double crochets. And you repeat this process until you get it to be as wide as you want it to be. And I will be back here in just a second to show you how wide I made my dishcloth. Chain 3. So then we can start working our way down. So I'm going to pause the video here and I will be back in just a minute. Okay, so this is where I'm at. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rows. That's how you count how many rows, because the rows are going across this way. So each one of these is a row. And how I measured it, you have half of your dishcloth done, and as long as it measures really close to the length of my hand, which is over the length of my hand, I am good, because it's already wide enough for my hand. But now I want it, and it's going to be up here, so we're going to start decreasing. So how we do that is you turn your work, and you finished out your row, so now you're going to turn your work. We are not chaining anymore. We are going to go into these stitches. You chain 1, you go into the 2nd stitch, and you slip stitch. The next stitch, and you slip stitch. Then you slip stitch into this, your chain 3 space, just like before, just like you're starting, and you chain 3. And you do your normal 3 double crochets, just like normal all the way across. The only difference is you're slip stitching to go back to the start. And what that's going to do is that creates your corner, and you're going to go down from there. And you're going to slip stitch into this one. And you're going to chain 3. And you're going to do your 3 double crochets. And you're going to do that all the way across. You're going to slip stitch and chain 3. And you're going to do this all the way across, and I will meet you back at the end to show you what you do. Okay, we're at our last stitch, and what we do is we slip stitch into this one, turn our work, we slip stitch across, slip stitch into that chain 3, chain 3, and then we double crochet, and we've decreased on both ends this way. And I'll show you that here in just a second. Okay, so now we're decreasing and going back across this way, and you can see here that we have this going here, and then we have it going up, and now we have it going across, and this will go across and then down, and that's how this works. So I will meet you back at the other end. You just do the same thing that we've been doing all the way across to the end, and I will meet you back at the other end. Okay, here we are at the end again, and we are just going to slip stitch, turn our work, and slip stitch across into each stitch. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch into our chain 3, then we will chain 3 and double crochet 3 times into the chain 3 space. Slip stitch into the next one and just continue to repeat all the way across till you get to the end. And then you will turn and you will do the same thing. When you get over here, you will slip stitch, you'll turn your work, and you'll work back across. And then when you get to this side, you'll slip stitch, work back across, and you're decreasing by 2 every row till you get to the top. And I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, we only have a few more stitches to go here, so I thought I'd turn the camera back on and show you how to finish it. A lot of people do this corner to corner, and they do graphs where they change colors. They put they wind their yarn in bobbins and they change colors. I've only done that one time in my many years when my boys were little, and I thought it was really fun. But I have never done it again, so something I may need to try again. Okay, so this is our last stitch. We're going to chain 3, do our double crochet, 3 double crochets into our chain 3 space. And then we're going to go over here and slip stitch in our chain 3 space. That is the end of our dish rag, and that's dishcloth. That's how big it is. So it's quite big. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 2, grab my scissors, cut my yarn, pull down if I can to where that's snug, and it may not want to snug out. There we go. Cotton yarn sometimes can be very difficult. We're going to get our needle, and we are going to thread our needle. Threading it in a, looking through the camera sometimes can be difficult. I've said that before. Especially with cotton yarn that splits really bad. Peaches and Cream is known for the splittiness and just kind of difficult to work with. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go kind of weave it in, and then I'm going to go down to this stitch right here. I don't know if you can see that. These stitches right down here, see where my hook is coming out, and I'm going to go in there. Pull that through. You want to go different directions, so then we're going to go over here and we're going to go in to this one right here. And then you want to go back on top of yourself, came out here. We're going to go skip over that one and go back this way. If I can get it through there. I'm going to do a little bit more in this one because it is a dishcloth. And so I'm going to go this way. This will get washed a lot. So I'm going to go up where we came out, where we started from. And we are going to cut our yarn here. And then we're going to go and weave in this other tail down here, doing the same thing. We'll go back and forth here, then we'll go up this way, then we'll go over here and go this way. Then we may go this way, then we'll come back and go back down, do a zigzag up through there, so that we'll go up like this, and then back like that, so that it doesn't come out at all. And that's how I like to do it. And then you will be done with your dishcloth. And you can make a blanket out of this stitch. You can do quite a bit of things with this stitch. So I hope you enjoy and have a great rest of your day. Like and subscribe.